Sup, my dudes, Valkyrja. Get away, Extinguished Core. We're gonna be going over Argenti's kit today, if you can call it that. I'm not gonna hold it back. I do think this character is very strong, but I just think his kit is very boring. I've read it before, and I always say how I read these characters' kits. I do see the dreams that you guys post. I do see them, and I see everything, and then I read the kits, and I just forget because the kits are normally so complicated. He's the exact opposite. I can never forget his kit because it's so simple. You guys will see what I mean. This is probably going to be my shortest kit review video ever. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it with Argenti from the Knights of Beauty. He's Erudition, physical, really cool. So we know he's AoE focused because he's Erudition. 180 energy, highest energy cap in the game, I'm pretty sure, which is going to be really good with the BP light cone. Very, very strong. 103 speed. That's okay. Ain't nothing crazy about that. But then we get into his skills. You can see his skills seem to be lacking in text. And there's a reason for that. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about it. So his skill deals damage in an AoE. His ultimate, if you have the baby ultimate, it consumes 90 energy and deals damage in an AoE. His talent, for every enemy hit with Argenti uses basic attacks, killer ultimate regenerates his energy by 3 and grants him a stack of ascend, increasing his crit rate by 2.5 per stick, or 2.5%. It can stack up to 10 times, so you can get 25% crit for free. At level 10, he has some bonus traces to this. Let's see. At the start of turn, immediately gain 1 stack of ascend. When the enemy targets enter battle, immediately regenerate 2 energy for self. Deals 50% more damage to enemies whose percentage is 50% or less. So that's really good. His A6 or his Ascension 6 trace. I can't talk today. His Ascension 6 trace is really damn good. That's actually really, really strong. So then we actually have to do some reading here. After using the technique, enemies in a set area are inflicted with daze for 10 seconds. Enemies in daze will not attack their team. When attacking a dazed enemy in a combat, deals physical damage to all enemies equal to 80% of Argenti's attack and regenerates his energy by 15. You can see he's all about energy, all about AoE. Consumes 180 energy and deals physical damage equal to 280% of his attack to all enemies, and further deals damage for 6 times, with each time dealing physical damage equal to 95% of his attack to a random enemy. Really good for trying to nuke down single targets. It just costs your entire energy bar, which is kind of crazy. So his boosts, or his traces, are physical damage, attack, HP. That's kind of a weird stat for a damage dealer, but he is Erudition, so okay. Yeah, I don't know why they gave him HP over crit, but you do you, boo-boo. They also gave him physical damage, which is pretty nice. Each stack of ascending additionally increases crit damage by 4, so you can get up to 25% crit, 40% crit damage. If the number of enemies on the field equals to 3 or more when using the ultimate, attack increases by 40% for 1 turn. At the start of battle, gain 2 stacks of ascend and increases the maximum stack limit by 2, so you go up to 48% crit damage and 27.5% crit rate. When using ultimate, ignores 30% of enemy target's defense. I'm going to be real with you. His only good Eidolons are his first one and his last one. This character, I do believe he's going to be good for AoE damage, and a lot of the MOC lately has been really focused on AoE damage. If anything, if all else fails, you can actually just run him as break effect, because bleed is very powerful. So if you actually manage to break with him, which you should, because he's doing AoE, he's doing multi-hits like he says right here. I don't think his regular ult does a multi-hit. No, it doesn't. It's just 1 hit. But he's going to be able to ult often, skill often. So if you just run him a speed break effect, he can actually do some work like that, even if you don't want to invest into the damage. But if you invest into his damage, I do believe he's going to be perfectly fine. But dear God, if this is not one of the most boring kits that I've ever seen in this game. And that's a shame, because one thing I've always touted in this game is just the complexity of kit design, how unique the kits are, and I do think his animations are fucking gorgeous. He has easily some of the prettiest animations in the game, which makes sense for a Knight of Beauty, but the kit's just boring. That's all there is to it. That's my only complaint about this character. I do think he's going to be great. There's multiple avenues to build him. Like I said, you can build him like a regular damage dealer. You can build him as a break effect and use him with Kafka to constantly proc the bleed that he's going to create. There's lots of ways to do it. It's going to be really fun how creative you can be with the builds with him, but just I wish there was just more to his kit. I wish his kit was more than just hit AoE, do AoE damage, because that's literally all he essentially does. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.